Hey Sab, how you doing? Great game. So you tied your career high with 4 steals. You also followed up with 2 blocks. We were plus a team high, actually both team high, plus 30 on the floor. Just speak to me about what you're seeing on the floor defensively and what your impact's like now.
Yeah, just trying to be a presence defensively, understanding the defensive team we want to be, and kind of being able to be in passing lanes. The blocks, I'm not sure, can't tell you much about that one. Just trying to use my length and continue to just impact the ball. And I think we did a really good job tonight understanding we're so long defensively. If we're able to just get deflections, continue to try and kind of divert passes and make it tough to see any easy angle, we're a really tough team to beat, especially when our defense is locked in. And so just trying to kind of hold up my end of the bargain and be the best that I can. And I think tonight we just had a great collective team effort on that end.
Sabrina, in 5 home games, this team is beating its opponents by 85 in the first half. So what do steady, speedy starts like this do for a team both eager to prove itself, especially on nights when fan favorites like Angel Reese are in the building?
Yeah, it's huge for us to be able to start off games on the right foot and understanding it's super important to be able to come out and kind of set the tone and understanding how the game's going to go. And I think we've done a great job of being able to set the tone early, and honestly a lot better in the third quarter and especially in the second half of being able to continue to grind that lead out. And I think sometimes it's tough. Some teams play great ahead, some play great from behind, and for us it's just understanding we're not playing the score and just trying to play our best basketball. Different lineups come in and we have to continue to just play our kind of style of basketball for 4 quarters. And I think it's great the way that we've started, but that's not going to be always. And so I think it's kind of knowing when things are kind of tough and gritty, how we can continue to get back to our style of offense. And I think we've done a great job in these first 9 games of doing that.
Sabrina, Niara got her first start. You've known her for years, or first W start. You've known her for years. How do you think she did? And I guess what does it mean to you just knowing everything she's been through?
She started in Eugene as well, but that was a preseason game, but was a big game for us. So, but I'm just so happy for her, her ability to stay ready. We know how much we need her, and she obviously wants to do everything she can to be out on the floor and be impactful. And obviously she was dealing with a little bit of an injury in these last few games, but I think just being able to be that friend for her and telling her like she has to take her time to get healthy, because we know what she's capable of when she's out there. And I think her ability to come in tonight, she hadn't played in a few games, and make a huge impact. She had an and one. She was just kind of everywhere and being able to give us the best minutes that she could, and super proud of her and knowing she's going to just continue to build.
Sabrina, you just got Niara back, but soon she and Leone are both going to be leaving for Eurobasket for a little while. How's the team preparing for that, or how do you plan for losing key players like that to the team?
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Obviously, a starter and someone who is super important on our team in Leo, and I think just the ability to understand it's that next man up mentality, and a lot of teams are losing players, and so I think for us it's not letting that be an excuse, but understanding someone else needs to step up big and be able to kind of take on that role of everything that they do during that time that she's going to be gone. And so I think we're super excited to kind of be welcoming to that next person, whoever is going to be starting in games, and just have to find a way to continue to be our best selves with or without her.
Sabrina, you used to rock the Geppetto chain. Today you're kind of in Geppetto bag offense, kind of just flowing. First part is just how much fun is it when the offense is moving like that, passing, hitting Stewie on these backdoor cuts almost every game?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of just when I thrive in my ability to create offense through my passing, and it's usually when I'm playing the most free and fun and just kind of reading defenses. And I'd say, it's everyone's still getting to know everyone in lineups, and I think KB and I have had great chemistry as well, and understanding when to cut, when to roll. And obviously Stewie and I continue to just get better with one another and kind of understanding passing angles, and I'm usually passing even if I'm not looking at her, and I think she's always ready and knows. So for me, I think it was just understanding kind of the pace and space of the game, and knowing that I want to get my teammates the best shot, and passing something I do every single night and something I pride myself on. And so tonight I think it kind of was just on full display for all of us.
And on that same token, you had the Bryant family here today. Just what was that like?
Yeah, they come to a game every single year, and so it's fun for them to be able to come watch The girls are getting older, and I heard them kind of cheering my name as I was running down, so it was just fun to kind of look over and smile. But obviously I have a great relationship with them, and I'm thankful they always make it out every year to at least a game.
Sabrina, the big news of the W today was Allie Quigley officially announcing her retirement. So, from one backcourt maven to another, how did she kind of inspire your game a little bit? How did she kind of inspire your game a little bit? And what was it like prepping for Allie Quigley in her heyday?
Yeah, I was really young, so it was scary. I usually always had a guarder. I mean, just such a great player. But obviously, I think the relationship that I've been able to have with her off the court meant a lot to me. She was always kind of giving me words of encouragement, from when I did the three-point contest to obviously being here in New York and just kind of talking me through what she obviously has experienced as a shooter in this league and continuing to help me. And so happy for her and, the career that she's had, and one of the best shooters that our league has ever seen. And so just super happy for her and her ability to announce that kind of on her terms.
What's the best thing she ever told you, real quick?
Best thing she's ever told me, I think just continuing to find ways to build chemistry with Sluty. That was something that she was helping me with, and kind of screening angles and knowing like where Slut likes to pass, and how her and Slut were able to get so many reads with her being a screener. And I think that's been a big part of my game, is just being a great screener, and something I'm kind of priding myself on. I've watched a lot of film on Steph and his ability to be a great screener and how that leads to others being able to score, and also his ability to shoot and how that helps him get open. And that's also something that she was saying as well.
Sabrina, I know you're a huge tennis fan, and so to have Coco here to chat with her a bit after, what was that like for you? And did you notice how loud it got in Barclays when she was introduced?
I did, because our coaches were like going like this. I think they were trying to talk through some actions, and the crowd, I don't think I've heard it louder for someone in attendance than for when she was announced today. I felt like we were scoring or on a run, and I look up and it was her being announced. And so I think she knows she has obviously all of New York behind her. All of us were such big fans of her. Everyone was watching the match, cheering her on, and we're excited for when she comes out here in New York to be able to all go support her. And I think it's just super important, women supporting women and thriving in our sport and continuing to be there for one another and showing up to games. And just obviously not surprised that the crowd kind of welcomed her the way they did, because I think all of America was rooting for her to win.
Did you have a chance to talk to her at all?
Yeah, I mean, I've known her for a few years now, and so always get to see her brother, and just kind of being able to. I always am gonna go, especially when the U.S. Open gets here in September, and kind of watch and cheer her on. But I think it's pretty impressive what she's been able to do at such a young time in her career, and she's only getting better.
Sabrina, you talked a little bit about your chemistry with Brianna and how that's grown, but she's also putting up some of her best 2-point numbers of the season. How much have you seen her focus on getting to the rim this year as a point of emphasis?
Yeah, I think, her ability to read the game and also just understand what teams are giving up, and her ability to go in on every single night and take what the defense gives her but play at her own pace is really impressive, and something that I've been able to kind of watch and look up to her, and her ability to do that just kind of, as a veteran, I kind of view her as kind of the vet that I was able to have, and watch how she's been able to manipulate defenses. But she's so versatile. I mean, her ability to be a 1, be a 2, 3, 4, 5, you name it, is really impressive. And for her, just super happy with how great and all-around games she's been playing. She hasn't necessarily been honing in on one thing she wants to do. I think she's going out there and she's just reading and playing beautiful basketball. And for me, it's fun to be able to put her in position to succeed, and feel like we're doing that in the pick and roll at a really high clip.
Thanks, Appreciate your time and
Thank you,
insight.
guys.
Thank you.